Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday morning. Hope you are well where you are. I'm sitting down at the Strand. Thankfully, we've had a break in the rain this morning, and it's nice to be able to get outside and do some exercise. You can see here we've got a number of people down on the beach about to go out for outrigger paddling. So it's really, really great to see so many people making the most of the reprieve in the weather, which isn't true for many people across Queensland. And it's been very difficult watching everything that's happening this week, as well as to have your own worries of water coming into your home, which we've escaped a few times without getting water, but it's been touch and go a couple of times. So it's been a few hairy moments for ourselves. But, when you see the devastation across a lot of communities at the moment, it's truly heartbreaking. And many are not reported on so well, but you do see far afield, all the way out west of Queensland now is popping a massive battering and many tornadoes and things ripping roofs off, as well as flooding from rain. So, yeah, it's broader than just some of the areas are reported on the news that you might see. So it's worth just thinking about that. But I'm really grateful to everybody that has been reaching out to check on us. I felt a lot calmer the last few days. I think I've reached the radical acceptance phase. And I talk about radical acceptance in my book, The Blessing and Curse of Midlife, because radical acceptance is a skill that you need to cultivate and practice. But when you embrace the idea of radical acceptance, it allows you to come to terms with things very quickly, even in a worst case scenario situation. And then you can use that to think about, okay, well, what were my lessons? What did I learn about myself or this situation? And how do I feel about everything? And then you can unpack your feelings very quickly. And step 2 of Broken to Unbreakable is really to starting to become a master of unpacking your feelings and filing them. I've been doing a lot of filing this week, actually, because our house was kind of turned upside down last week when we were moving everything off the ground floor in case we had water through our home. And so when your furniture is not in place, you see how dirty your home is in the areas that you don't get to all of the time. So I did a lot of cleaning last week and a lot of filing yesterday of papers and things and boxes and files that needed to be sorted out and consolidated. And it was also nice to revisit some documents from many, many years ago when I was applying for a UK visa, and then we're applying for visas for my family to come back to live in Australia. So reading some of those family archives was very entertaining yesterday afternoon. So it is worthwhile revisiting some of that stuff to remind yourself of where you are at certain phases of your life and where you are right now, and to be grateful. And obviously with the flooding in a lot of people's home, it's sadly a forced decluttering in a way, and forces you to let go of possessions and to, try and embrace radical acceptance if you can, because then you go, okay, well, this has happened and I'm dealing with it. It's emotional and it's hard, but finding ways to kind of move through it so it's not trapped in your body, which is what a lot of experts are telling us now, is that our unprocessed emotions are a precursor to many of the diseases that we have in our world. So and processing emotions is really important. So decluttering and filing is still top of the mind at the moment, as is radical acceptance. And that's been something that's been on my mind a lot, but it's been great to see innovation coming through this week too. And I'm working with a lot of very creative and innovative individuals at the moment, and it's so refreshing and such a blessing, to be honest, to be able to work with creative and innovative people who understand that if things happen quickly, you can achieve so much more, because you're not bogged down in trying to a lot of there are systems and processes which I think are important when it comes to risk aversion, but we often in our society now have been so stuck in risk aversion. It's very hard to be innovative. It's very hard to help people quickly, and obviously crises and emergencies take some of those barriers away. But in my own work at the moment, I'm fortunate to be working with people who have experience, who also have an innovative mindset. And I think that's a gift. And too often we don't embrace that gift of experience as well as an innovative, creative mindset. And we can do really powerful things when we marry those things together, both lived experience, life experience, work experience, along with the creative and innovative mindset of how to get things done and remove barriers and blockers very quickly, and how to scale up and stand things up really quickly. So it's a joy to be able to participate in activities that embrace those three things. So that's been refreshing for me, and it's nice to be able to use my skills in that way too. So that's really awesome. And this week we also had some amazing news, because I was lucky to get my golden ticket to the New York Marathon. So when I told my girls, we were jumping around and dancing a little bit, so that securing that golden ticket for New York is my 50th birthday celebration. So for my 50th this year, I decided I wanted to run the New York Marathon. So I'm really looking forward to that. It'll be a chilly jog around New York at the beginning of November. And so now that I've secured that space, which I'm really grateful for, super excited, I'll be able to plan kind of the rest of my year in terms of working and training and other activities that I'll be doing to get myself ready. And at the moment, February is a time to kind of do restorative practices. So I'm doing a bit more yoga, some stretching, massage, chiropractic, just to get my body prepared for the year ahead of running. So I'll probably not start running properly until March time, and do some events in April. And it will be like a precursor to, a good solid winter of training before, or winter in the tropics, winter of training before I can head to New York as well. So really excited to have secured that opportunity, which has been on my list of wants and desires for more than 2 years now. So I'm very happy about that. And also grateful to be invited by Townsville City Council to be one of the guest speakers for International Women's Day, which is on Saturday, the 8th of March. So if you happen to be in and around Townsville, I do encourage you to come along. I'll share the links to that event in the coming days. So just thinking through what I might share at that event. Good morning, Irene. I hope things are well for you in Melbourne. And thinking about what I will share as part of my talk on the day. I have a few ideas. Sometimes I don't write my speech until the day before, so it kind of feels more organic and flow. Sometimes I'll write it when I'm out jogging or walking in my brain, and then I can put it down on paper later. And sometimes I decide not to actually write anything down and try and speak a bit more off the cuff. But this year I think I will do have a few key themes that I want to kind of cover. So, that's really also grateful to be given that opportunity to share things. So I hope you're well where you are and you have some things to look forward to this week. February is, I think, going to continue to be a chaotic and hectic time up in North Queensland, specifically with the weather. We haven't even got through cyclone season yet, so we don't really know what's ahead of us. So I think it's just an ongoing state of heightened alert and being prepared, but also using the idea of radical acceptance to accept what's coming and be kind to yourself, doubling down on self-care. So nutrition, sleep, exercise, restorative practice, those are all good things for your self-care. So if you need any self-care tips, do drop me a message and I'll send you my wellness mindset guide, which is top 10 tips for preparing your week for self-care, to embed that into everything that you're doing. So sending out good wishes wherever you are. Thank you to all of those that have mobilized very quickly, have been innovative and have been helping everyone that's been affected. So amazing to watch, and something that we hopefully could and should do all the time, not just in times of crisis. So Be good to yourself, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.